Hey everybody, and welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. In last week's video, I teased giving away this throttle controller from Shadow Motors. And in today's video, we're actually going to be reviewing it. I'll show everything that it does. And then here in another couple weeks, we'll be announcing it on Instagram as a giveaway. Tenza_Motorsports. All you have to be doing is following us on Instagram to be entered into any of our future giveaways, including this one. Now this fits on tons of cars. I even think I saw Hyundai in that list. And the reason for that is this right here. So the controller unit's the exact same for every car, and the only difference is that when you select your vehicle, they'll send you this adapter here. This is basically just an interrupter. It goes in between your fly-by-wire throttle. So when you unplug your throttle, you'll plug this into it. Super cool. I wasn't planning on doing this video today because the E46 that I had scheduled to do this on, I wasn't able to get a hold of that car. So we're actually going to be going over to my work, my daytime job, and we have an E90 there. It's a little bit sad condition, so ignore all the dash lights and the lack of power steering. You might see me struggling to steer the car, but the car is there to get repaired, and we'll be going over there in just a little bit after we unbox this. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, why don't you just throw it on one of your cars? I think that it would still be compatible with one of these, even though we've got tunes on them. There's no reason to have them on either of our race cars. The reason for that being is that these are tuned by Rev Match, and he dials in the throttle, and if we need any changes, we just go through them. This right here, this system is more for like a daily driver. You picked up a nice clean one, you don't want to do any crazy mods to it, you know, tint the windows, put some wheels on it, and then throw a throttle controller on it. I did in the past have a sprint booster, which is kind of similar to this. It's not nearly as customizable, and we'll go over all those features here in a little bit. And that was a good system, especially where the BMWs have kind of a soft throttle. If you drive a BMW right next to like an Audi, you'll notice the Audi has a sharper throttle to it, and this can help make up for a lot of that. I had a 325, and it just felt like the throttle was so squishy, and I would basically sharpen it up a little bit so that driving manual wasn't so. It actually made it difficult to drive the car. So that's kind of where this slides into, you know, where you should be buying it, what you should be buying. This is more for like a daily driver. If you're just wanting to have some fun with it. There are some other features on it. So let's get it unboxed. I'll go through all the features, and then we'll get it slapped onto the car. So here is the unit, and its actual official description is an electronic throttle controller. It's the eDrive 4S from Shadow, like I said earlier. And the characteristics here, it says drag racing, mode memory, lock the throttle, easy to install, DAC signal output, power, eco, anti-skid function. So we'll get to test a couple of these today. I don't know about the anti-skid function. Drag racing is interesting. And then obviously, you know, mode memory, which is nice. You know, every time you turn off your car, you don't have to reset this or anything like that. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. Eco mode, again, I won't be able to like test that today, but I'll put it in eco mode and just kind of tell you guys what it feels like. I'm not going to be able to drive the car a bunch. Like I said, it's at the shop getting fixed, so taking it down the street and back, showing off the throttle sensitivity is probably the most I can do today with it. So sliding this out, it's kind of a cool little box here, and slide this plastic cover off the top. There's the controller itself, and then there is where you will plug in your fly-by-wire splice cable that we were talking about earlier. It gives you a sticker. Here's the instructions, and then it looks like there's a couple pieces of double back tape. I'm not going to be like installing this on the car because I don't want to use up any of this. I don't need to run any wires. Like I said, we'll be reviewing it and taking it back off the car and giving it away to one of my viewers on Instagram. So let's go over here into the instructions real quick. We'll go over some of this. The few things that I want to go over today, we'll see what the drag racing function does, but the anti-theft function, that's way cool. I definitely want to check that out. And then obviously we'll play with the power modes and the eco modes, and just kind of, I'll just have to relay to you how the throttle feels. Let's go over to the vehicle. I'll introduce you to it. I think it's an E90, I think it's a 328 or a 325. We'll drive it around a little bit and get to see what this thing can do. So here is the car that we'll be using for the test today. Beautiful red with the tan interior. I feel kind of bad for this car. It's been neglected. It's got valve covers that are leaking. It's filling the cabin full of smoke, burnt oil, so it runs off the exhaust manifold side. Needs power steering work done to it. So like I said earlier, if you see me when I'm driving around, if I'm really cranking on the steering wheel, that's why. But yeah, so here's the car. Let's get inside. I'll pull the pedal off, show you how to do that, and I'll also talk about how to pull the pedal off of an E46. They're both pretty easy to do. This is actually slightly easier. The E46, you have a tendency to break the pedal mount, so just keep that in mind when you're doing that. But yeah, this 328 automatic all-wheel drive will be a good example, like, you know, daily driver kind of style of car, and we'll see what that throttle controller can do. So the E90 pedal is super easy to remove, so we'll pull this carpet out of the way here. Then right here at the base of the pedal, you can see a screw. Now normally this has a little cover over it, so you'll grab a little pick tool or a screwdriver and you'll remove that cover, exposing a 5mm Allen. Once you remove that Allen, we'll just slide the pedal straight up and out. Now real quick, if we're doing an E46, because I know a lot of my viewers have E46s, there will be a little plastic tab sitting right here. And all you'll do is take a screwdriver and you'll push down on that tab, and then the pedal slides straight over to the left. Be really careful because that plastic can be broken fairly easily, so you might preemptively look into buying a replacement mount. So it's not a huge deal, but just keep in mind that that might break. Now that we've got this pedal out, what we're going to be doing is disconnecting the electrical connector, squeezing the sides and pulling away from the pedal. From here, you'll take the interrupting pigtail and you'll plug it back into the pedal. You heard that click. Same thing on this side. So from here, we'd normally be hiding this. We can run it up back behind this piece of plastic that's just out of view. Run this up, get it back behind the dash, and put the controller somewhere really nice and out of the way. Today, I'm just going to be just kind of leaving it out like this. I'll make sure not to pinch anything, but we're just gonna leave it like this. You can run the wires however you think would be best for you and your car. We'll put this back together real quick. So from here, there is many places to mount this. You can put it here. You can potentially stick it down over into here. You could put it on this side of the dash. The only downside with doing that is that the controller, the wire comes out of, so this is right side up and the wire is coming out of it to the right-hand side. So if you stick it over here, you need to have that wire. But I'm gonna undo this bread tie and then I'll run it over here so that I can mount the GoPro and you guys can see everything that's going on. So we are now in the car. I'm on accessory mode. Ignore all the bings and bongs, and for some reason the speakers are popping. I don't know if you can hear that. You'll see it here at a 0, and if you try to do anything, it just sits there and flashes at you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press and hold mode. It'll count down from 7. Once it gets down to 7, it'll show an L, and then you'll let off of it. Now this is low, so don't touch anything else, just click another button. And then now it's asking for high. So we'll put the gas pedal all the way down to the ground, and then we'll press it again. It should be back to 0. I'll let off the gas, and you can see now it's showing my throttle position, which is really cool. And that's it. That's the setup complete. So now let's go over here. I don't know if you can see how much you can see. I'm trying to, so you see the blue, that's daily driving. You go to mode, now you're in economy mode, and then now you're in your race sport mode. Power mode is what they call it. Once you're in power mode, let's go to power, and then you can actually roll this up or roll it down. Anti-slip function. Show you how to do that. There we go. You see the little snowflake thing come up, press it again, comes back out of it. Anti-theft button. Under eco mode, long press the mode button and wait for 2 seconds. So we'll go here to eco mode. Long press the mode button. It will enter anti-theft mode.
when the display is off. Pedal will not respond when anti-theft mode. Start the engine. Press mode for 2 seconds till the display light comes on and the anti-theft function is turned off. So let me see here. Let's get the car to start. See if it'll start. Okay. And again, ignore the bings and bongs. It's gonna go crazy. That's pretty cool. So you can hear the pedal. That's pedal all the way to the ground, and nothing is happening. So I actually really like this mode. And then to get back out of it, you press and hold mode for 2 seconds until the anti-theft is turned off. That is way cool. I really like that feature, because I'm not saying to hide this, but who's gonna think of that? You get into a car and the pedal doesn't work. They're like, what on earth is going on? They don't think to come over here and play with some digital display screen. And if you hid this, you could definitely throw somebody off. I wouldn't hide it because you want to be able to see this, but turn into drag racing mode. Under power mode, press the mode button for 2 seconds until it starts to blink. I'm assuming that's what it is. Okay, so basically when it's in drag racing, there we go, that's blinking. Okay, so this is drag racing mode right here. When you're in this mode right here, your throttle is like super sensitive. So I'm gonna give it like 10% throttle. You can see how it went all the way up. Boom, boom, almost immediately. And then to get back out of this, you press mode again and it just goes back to power level. I had to move this back over to the other side. I was just getting so many bad glares on it from the camera. Let's go take this for a drive here now. So we're in power position 1. And then while I'm driving, we'll play around with some of that. So this feels pretty normal. It's a little sharper than it used to be, but it feels pretty normal. Let's go here to, let's go turn it up to like 5. So that's about half throttle, and you can see it's more like 3/4 on here. It's definitely much peppier. I think this would be a little bit better even in sport mode on the car. Let me see if actually, let's see what this does with the sport mode that the car's got. So, oh, you know what? This car don't get in sport mode, so that's cool. That's cool. So I actually don't know if this, what this does with sport mode, but I assume it just basically makes it even more aggressive than it is. So let's go up to, what do we got here? 9 is the highest we can go? Yeah, so you can see the throttle position there. I've got the throttle down like maybe like 1/4. And let's see if I can, so you can see it's very difficult to keep it low. I'm holding steady speed here, but I'm just barely touching the throttle. So we'll lower this back down. Let's go over here into normal mode. I don't know, this feels pretty normal. Let's see if there's any, okay, so normal mode is literally just normal. That'd be like if you don't want anything going on. So that's kind of cool that it does that. So fuel efficiency mode, number 1 feels about the same. And then I think this just makes so it goes up to 7. Okay, so basically your fuel efficiency mode just turns this way down. It almost puts it into like a limp mode, which is interesting. So at 7, with the throttle all the way down, I'm barely gaining speed. So basically what this does is it just means that if you put it on 7 and you try to drive around like this, first off, it'd be very difficult. You'd make people mad at you, so like somebody's passing me right now. But basically you're not using very much gas. So that's all it is. It just takes away the throttle sharpness. So this is like almost going the other direction. So if you wanted to really drive around in eco mode, number 3 feels pretty good. Let's do drag racing mode, because I think that'd be cool. So there's back up to normal, back up to sport, press and hold this. Yeah, so you only want to, okay. Holy cow. All right, that makes it very, very interesting feeling. So I'm gonna pull into a parking lot here. and we'll try out this so-called drag racing mode. It's any throttle at all is basically 100%. 3, 2, 1, go. Jeez. Okay, that's way cool. That makes up for your for whatever milliseconds of lag time that you have. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, obviously, in a manual car, you'd have it revved up already, and or in this car, in the sport mode, you'd have that turned up a little bit. You know, manually shift into the gear you want. But this one won't go into sport mode for some reason. We'll get back out of that because that's kind of crazy. For a daily driver, this is definitely a must-have, in my opinion. Shadow makes this such a nice experience to have. It's super simple to use, and I couldn't be happier with it. If I had a daily driver BMW, this would definitely be on my list to have. So thanks everybody so much for watching. Hopefully I was able to convey how this works and how it feels. It's really is just a smooth, fun item, and it's so easy to adjust and to play with. And I mean, you've got 9 settings up, 7 settings down, drag racing. You can put an anti-theft on the car. I think that right there is one of the coolest things about this. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Comments or questions down in the comment section below. Again, huge shout out to Shadow Motors. They make some really good stuff. We're really excited to review their oil pressure sensors and oil temp sensors. And again, Tenza_Motorsports on Instagram for your chance to win this exact same model. The exact same one I'm playing with right now will be sent to your house. I really appreciate everybody so much for watching. We'll see everybody in the next video.
Bam!